Hello there, soul listeners. Welcome to A Twin Flame Journey. I'm Aura. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that you get the latest content delivered right to you. So let's get into this story because I was really feeling, there's a lot going on during this Mercury retrograde. So I kind of want to do a theme here for this one, Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde kind of story. So let's get into this. Also, I do have some additional details in the description box below. If you are interested, be sure to check all of that out below. All right, so let's get into this story. Very first card we have here is Divine Intervention, Serendipity, Catalyst, Karma. Okay, some type of divine intervention, obviously. But underneath the deck, we have Encounter. This Mercury retrograde is, because when you look at this really does kind of feel like the Wheel of Fortune, doesn't it? It feels like the wheel is turning, the wheel is spinning. It's creating doorways. Doorways are opening, even though it feels like this is some type of pause, or it feels like this could be, or could maybe create delays, right? We feel like Mercury retrograde does kind of create delays, but this feels like a second look at something. That's where this story, I feel like, is going. A second look. Wisdom, death, sexuality, joy. Okay. And we have miss you. Miss, wait, eager. Encounter. So this feels like a story where someone feels divinely guided to be somewhere or to go somewhere at a particular time. This feels like some type of divine meeting between two people. They could have a history. They could have some type of history together. Maybe they know each other from another life. Maybe they are missing one another. We do have the miss you card here. But there's a longing here. I keep saying here. I'm so sorry, guys. Here, I feel like here is also part of this story, meeting at a particular place at a particular time. Someone feels very guided to be somewhere. I'm kind of hearing like 12 o'clock is very significant, or could be very significant. Or even the number 12. But there's a longing that someone is feeling, almost like they can't resist or they can't help themselves. It does feel very mutual for this story. The Chariot underneath the deck. So traveling from a distance to be somewhere at a particular time, at a particular place. But with the Apple here, it's almost like there has been some type of learning experience, an ending. So let's take a look at this divine intervention, because this feels like an unexpected meeting, or it's like almost an unexpected place where these two are going to meet. I feel like someone is catching a boat or catching a trolley, maybe even catching a boat where you I forgot what they're called. I can't think of them right now. My brain is one of those boats where you put your car. I don't know. Somebody put that below in the comment section, because I'm so lost on the nomenclature right now. I'm so into this. I'm so into this story. Okay, let's see. I want to see what this divine intervention is. 10 of Cups. Happiness. This person makes me happy. That's what I'm hearing in my head right now. It's almost like there is this unstoppable but undeniable feeling. And it's almost like the divine saying to both of you, this feels very mutual, but this particular person makes you happy. So why would you be in a relationship, or why would you go be with somebody else? This divine intervention is literally interfering with any path that does not lead to this encounter. It's almost like it is stopping every encounter happening, or every interaction happening with anyone else. And Justice. Because it's almost like there is no equality, or there is deserving is more of the word that I'm looking for. This is a third energy interfering with your lives. I feel like this is the divine speaking through other people, speaking through energies that surround you. Could be people, it could be synchronicities, it could be a lot of things, but this is interference, because do you see how she's holding the sword up? She is justice. And justice is this encounter, this reunion, because this is what you deserve. This is happy home, happy life. And there are children playing there, but if that isn't realistic, then who is this couple? Who is this couple? King of Swords. Five of Pentacles. This is a couple that struggles to work together. It's like we can't we have trouble agreeing to disagree, or we have problems working with one another or trusting one another. I'm hearing that trust is an issue, or has been a serious issue for quite some time. This feels like time has passed, but it's almost like this couple shares this mutual energy of distrust, lack of it, the lack of it. And therefore, we end up leaving one another out in the cold, while also it hurts yourself. It's hurting not just the other, but also yourself. It's almost like whatever you do to them is also being done to you. But there's a struggle here with working with one another. And I feel like that's what the divine wants, or is asking these two to do. They're asking them to work with one another, but instead it's almost like we're very cold with one another. We're stern, we're stubborn. But this is what the mutual energy is. Some of you could be seeing 3s and 5s, and we also have, I feel 10-10 is on the table here, and 12s. But there is something here about fighting and just not agreeing with one another. And it's almost like it stems from maybe values, or how we were brought up in our families, because our families are so different. Our families are not the same. There's arguments, confrontation. Okay. But there is an encounter coming. There is some type of divine intervention coming that says the fighting must stop. We must not argue with one another any longer. That's the theme that I'm feeling here for this particular encounter that is about to happen. And this Mercury retrograde it's almost like it's making it happen. Tell me about this apple. Why is this apple here for this particular story? It's so interesting that this knight is coming out and we have an apple here, and they're both like they're round, right? But it's almost like a third energy literally holding it in their hands. I kind of feel like an Adam and Eve type of theme here. Tell me about this apple, please. 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands, and we had strength here. I am seeing like Adam and Eve type of image in my head, where she ate the apple. This is about a divine presence bringing this particular couple together. Because if we don't work with one another, perhaps there will be some more suffering. There will be some more lessons. Maybe there are some things that we need to learn more of, especially with the apple here. But a Knight of Pentacles is almost like a gift being brought to you, being brought together. Because there is, once again, there is there is an intervention happening here, especially during this Mercury retrograde. And you see how this divine intervention card, there's a circle here. Now there's an apple here. So there is something here coming to full circle. Sorry, I had to fix my light. What are these lessons being learned? What are the lessons being learned? Because there is something here about learning lessons. Three of Wands. Three of Wands and the Nine of Swords with the Queen of Swords. Would you look at that? King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. I feel like, this is a lot to do with having clarity about each other, learning about one another, and not being so closed off, and but being more open with one another. Because these two are very cold. It's almost like it's very mutual. Look at King of Swords, Queen of Swords is here. Okay. But I feel like there's a lot of emotional trauma on this Queen of Swords. There's a lot of worrying about this connection, about this encounter. It's almost like she does feel like it's coming. It's almost like she does sense that it's coming, or it is going to happen. But at the same time, there's worry here. She can see the future and she can feel the future. But it's almost like she's pulling away from this Nine of Swords. She's pulling away from all of that. But we have to learn to be softer with ourselves before we can be soft with a King of Swords. Maybe he is learning that as well. He's learning to be soft with himself and also with others. But we can't leave each other out in the cold. There are lessons to be learned here. And I feel like a lot of the lessons have perhaps fallen upon this Queen of Swords. She has learned a lot. She has learned to walk before she can run. But it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been the easiest. And I can feel that it is the same for this King of Swords. He's had to probably do a lot of contemplation, thinking, strategizing, but at the same time, leaving himself out in the cold instead of working together, and vice versa. Okay. Tell me about this Miss You card. That is a lot. That is a lot. I am going to take all of them though. So let's see. So this Miss You card, we have the 10 of Wands. Excuse me. We have the 10 of Wands, and we also have Death here, combined with the 4 of Swords. There has been a pause between these two. So this tells me also that they know each other. They most definitely know each other, but I also feel like there's burdens from feeling this. There's burdens from feeling how much we miss one another. There's a longing here, but there's so much more to what this can bring to each other. We We have gone through so much transformation. We have changed ourselves from the inside out, but it's almost like these feelings of missing one another is a lot to carry. And I feel like this is mutual in every way, in every aspect. It's a burden to feel this way. Four of Swords. There has been a pause. Maybe 4 weeks have passed, 4 months, 4 years, or more. Maybe 10 months, 10 weeks, 10 years even. There has been some type of pause between the two of you because we see this Four of Swords, but there has been a lot of healing in this connection. That's why this encounter is happening. There is an intervention happening. The divine had to intervene between the two of you because the divine was saying, no more. No more treating each other like this. Now it's time to heal yourself. And once you do, this encounter is going to happen. Look at this encounter. We have intuition. But we can't be cold to one another. We cannot look the other in the other direction anymore. We cannot stray away from these feelings. So there's a lot of overthinking in between the two of you, especially in this connection. Look at all these swords. 8 of Swords, Ace of Swords, 2 of Cups underneath that. Tell me more about this story. How is this story going to end? How is this story going to end? We have twin flames here. Excuse me. We have twin flames here, mirroring, shared feelings, reflection. I'm kind of hearing for this one that the more that we align with one another, the more that we align with the energy that we share with one another, which is to be soft, to be kind, to be gentle. Tell me more about this story, please. Clarity. See, the two of you are seeing some type of clarity here. The truth of the connection, what the connection can bring for the two of you. Here comes Seek. What else? What else can you tell me about the ending of this story? We have resistance. And I feel like this is what the theme has been the entire time, suppressing your truest selves, your thoughts, how you feel. Being secretive with emotions. Obscurity. I feel like secrets have been the theme for this reading as well. It's almost like you keep secrets from one another, or something about each other. You keep something about yourself a secret from them. Let's get a couple more. Memories. Reminiscing, dwelling, bittersweet. And we have broken, shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. Emotional storm. Wow. Wow. I feel like there's a lot more to this story. This is what we must face. the two of you are facing some type of emotional storm prior to this encounter, this reunion, a union happening. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this story, and I will see you in my next video. This is a Twin Flame Journey.